Hey guys, this is Blue Zone Comes here, and I'm about to introduce a game that we are about to commentate on, which is Ultimate Spider-Man, the video game, not that horrible TV show that's on Disney XD on the Nintendo GameCube.
I didn't think that show was horrible, but then again, I only saw about 2 episodes.
Oh, well, I mean that's just to each of their own personal preferences, I guess.
There's a general
Eh,
consensus.
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll go with that. Anyways, I believe this game came out in 2004. It was around the same time that Spider-Man 2, the video game, came out, the movie license game.
This
But
reeks of 2000s.
yeah, you can tell wait until we get to the graphics and because it's cel shaded and stuff. But basically, I mean, who hasn't heard of Spider-Man? I mean, come on, he's like one of the most popular superheroes in this fucking world. Um, well, this one's based off the Ultimate Comics, which is not like the main one, where he's like an adult and stuff. It's pretty much like he's a teenager and all that
Okay.
stuff. So these are actually based off the comics. It's like 80% for the most part. But
Hmm.
as you can see right now, obviously Peter Parker's the one with the brown hair, and Eddie Brock's the blondie dude. And I don't know if you guys can hear in the audio, but in the story as we're seeing right now, Peter finds out, he doesn't have his parents anymore because they're dead. But he finds out that his father was trying to create a way to cure cancer. So what he did is he made the Venom suit, but because they found out it was like too dangerous or whatever, the Peter's dad wanted to destroy the suit, but obviously he got killed off because medical science and well, I wouldn't say medical, but evil science. We got to keep it. It's ours. So
Yeah.
what does Peter do? He tries the suit on to see if it works, and obviously it makes him look better. So yeah, the symbiote is man-made. It's not an alien like it commonly is.
How come in comic books and video games, every time someone tries to make a cure for something, it does something horribly wrong?
That's the beauty
No
of it.
clue.
It's called science, and it's called, I guess, plot. But yeah, as you can see, Peter got rid of the suit, and Eddie wasn't too happy about it. And Peter and Eddie are, best friends, and Eddie's parents died too.
So is this a game that has that line I hear all the time, like, "Oh no, I'm late for Dr. Connor's class."
No, again, you're thinking of the Spider-Man 2, the video game, which I actually played. I'm not gonna lie, between the two, they have some similar gameplay styles, but I prefer this one. Also, fun fact: the voice actor for Peter Parker / Spider-Man in this game is Sean Marquette, who was the voice of Mac from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, I can draw a similarity. Like, I was listening to his voice, and I'm going, is that Mac?
Yeah, he's also the voice of Pence from Kingdom Hearts too.
Oh, that asshole.
Yeah, he plays that asshole. But yeah, not gonna lie, I do
Never
like.
played Kingdom Hearts. I want to, though.
Oh, true. You gotta try. You get it on the PS3 if you can. Yeah, but yeah, you could tell. But graphically, the cell shading, doesn't look that bad. I mean, there are some quirks here
No,
and
it looks
there,
pretty
but
okay.
it looks pretty good for a game that came out in the mid 2000s.
Well, to be fair, now it looks like a mobile game.
Yeah, so
And game over, he died.
nope, I'm not dead. See, somehow I guess you could still escape, just by pressing the left and right trigger like multiple times, and it hurts like shit. But
Hmm.
as you can see, pretty much all you had to do is kind of deplete Venom's health to a specific amount until it's all over. But for this boss fight, all you really have to do is just don't get too close to him, or else he'll drain away your health. But that's it for now with this boss fight.
Okay, sounds simple.
Yeah, I'll explain more further with the gameplay
You
mechanics.
know, this gameplay style kind of reminds me of what they did for the Ben 10 games.
I
Oh
never
my
played
God.
I never played the console ones, but I played some on the DS.
Play those things?
Um,
That's a nice cover, by the way.
Bridge between, like, Protector of Earth, it's the same thing.
I remember when Ben 10 had its there was this thing. I don't think anyone bought it, but it was like this console that you used to you actually put trading cards on, and Ben 10 was a big part of that.
Also, another fun fact is the voice actress for Mary Jane. I believe it's Andrea Baker, who was the voice of Clover from Totally Spies. If you guys know that show.
Who doesn't know that show? You had to be like 12 not to know about that show.
Yeah. As you can see, they're high school sweethearts, kind of. Now you may be thinking,
that's
"Gee,
sweet.
why are we walking broad daylight as Peter Parker?" Well, apparently,
This is
gotta
a
go pick up the
Spider-Man
clothes.
game. It's not a Peter Parker game.
Well, anyways, the gameplay mechanics is like, pretty much to climb on a wall, you get close to it and press X, and there you go. And he jumps pretty high as well, and obviously it says you press A button to jump.
Okay, you look really floating.
Yeah, that's kind of the physics of of the game. But,
Honestly, okay. I'm sorry.
No, go.
Honestly, I would rather have a really floaty game than a really tanky game.
I hear you.
You guys?
I honestly, I don't mind. As long as, the controls are fine and I can land where I want to land, I'll be fine.
Like, if you
As
had
long
to
as
choose
it
either
doesn't
one
make
or
me.
the other.
As long as I don't have to do any like precision, like if I'd land on something like the size of that chimney with these physics, that'd be crazy.
But yes, now that we just got the web shooters, obviously the right trigger, you got to hold it, in order to swing by a building. You can pretty much aim in any direction you want, depending on the analog stick. And here, it's like just a tutorial, and you just got to go to the green landmarks to, continue the progress.
So what is he doing this in daylight?
You.
That's what I just asked.
Yeah.
But it's a tutorial.
Yeah, I was just about to comment on that. There's cars underneath you. They can clearly see you.
Yep.
Also, these buildings aren't that very tall.
Yeah, and there's a secret lair, even though it's at a warehouse that everyone can see. I'm totally not creepy whatsoever.
Ta-da! You scared me. You done with my butt?
Ha.
Yeah, I know. Actually, gotta stitch it, man.
No
There we
one
go.
knows
That
my
looks
butthole. I need that.
Yeah.
I need that thing.
But like I also said, when it comes to jumping, if you hold down the jump on A, the higher you go. And since there's a double jump, it makes it better to where you can actually jump to high buildings. So Spider-Man can jump pretty high in this game.
Cool.
Also, this is the version of Shocker. I know he
Who?
looks kind of lame. Shocker, he's a Spider-Man villain, the guy who shoots out like shockwaves out of his hands.
Never heard of him.
Oh my God, you poor. Well, there again. Oh well.
I thought you confused him for
this
Electra.
boss fight's pretty pathetic. I actually kind of got hit by this because he caught me off guard, but all you have to do is just web him. There you go.
I can't get over that it sounds like Mac.
I know,
Someone's
right?
gonna do a Spider-Man Mac
Crossover.
fan art
Spider-
thing.
fan art.
Crossover.
Spider-Mac.
Spider-Mac.
Does whatever a Spider-Mac does.
Why not? We
Makes
got
a
Blue as a sidekick. Well, yeah, that boss is
Makes a
pretty...
friend. Makes a friend. He is blue. He's a dick. That he is too.
Oh, damn, that's pretty good.
I envy you guys. You're happy just
But yeah, here we're gonna introduce to kind of like tutorial for the combat in this game, which it's pretty simple. B, obviously it's to punch. Y, it's to kick as well, and you can actually do a combo if you mix between the two. And the better the combo, the more damage you can deal with them. Also, this game's gameplay mechanics is kind of like Batman, Arkham Asylum before Batman Arkham Asylum. Just
Or
gotta,
Sonic Unleashed.
huh?
Or Sonic Unleashed.
Don't compare Sonic Unleashed to Arkham Asylum.
The
man.
fighting.
Like,
the
okay,
fighting
pretty much
thing.
all you do is just beat the exclamation marks, web them before they wake up and come back to conscious. So that's pretty much how you take them down.
I need to get home.
See, that was pretty fast.
Mhm.
Now, what we're having to do in this is that during the story, like, after you complete like a specific chapter of the game, it's going to ask you to like, do a little side quest. Now, for what I did in this game, I'll show you guys, the side quests that I do because it's a tutorial pretty much. But for the rest of the game, I edited those out. So that
Yeah.
way, as soon as we go to, finish another chapter story, we go right to the next, and that way there won't be like, breaks in between, I guess.
Thank God.
Yeah. But as you're about to see, we're going to do another tutorial. And let me know if this voice actor sounds familiar to you.
Yo, 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 Spidey! Johnny Storm of the world famous Fantastic Four. What on earth are you doing in Queens? What, are you in Queens?
Nothing?
You have to be here.
Nope.
Okay,
Save the
I'll
world.
give you a hint.
I got a better idea.
His name, he played a character whose name starts with a D. It was a popular show on Nickelodeon.
Just because you can find a streak of fire.
Doug?
Me?
Danny Phantom.
I do believe that's
Wow.
That's the voice of Danny, who was also the voice of that fucking monkey mascot for Danimals.
No, that was Jason Griffith.
Was it? No, because I remember at one point, I believe they had different voice actors at one point. But yeah, I know we got a lot of cameos, or not cameos, but they got a lot of surprising voice guests in this game.
Wait, so Johnny Storm, why is he here?
Why? Because
Because this is New York. Every
Yeah.
Marvel superhero is in New York. Don't you know that?
in a different universe, yeah. So first, all we're doing is racing against Johnny Storm. Really, it's if you think about it, I can't believe I'm about to make a comparison with this
Superman
64, except it's so much fucking better. All you gotta do is just, be ahead of them, touch, those spherical colors, and, as soon as you touch them, you go right to the next. And the arrow really does help too, especially when you're in like tight situations and making through some good corners. One thing that Spider-Man can also do in this game is he can also do a wall jump, depending on the buildings and stuff. So yeah, that's something that, like Samus could do or Mario or whatever. And I thought that was pretty good. Shows that he has good, more agility and reflexes. But if you actually listen to the dialogue while they race, they make some pretty funny quotes.
I'm gonna nap a little. Give me a little tap when you
Oh my
catch
gosh. And we're almost
But,
done.
Back in like what was when this game was made, 2001, 2003. In between that era, I saw a lot of games that were made that had that little arrow on top for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, like Simpsons Hit and Run.
Well, Simpsons
mainly,
Hit and Run is a crazy taxi game.
yeah, mainly the Crazy Taxis one. I've never played Crazy Taxi. I've only played the Simpsons version.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, doing these kind of missions while they're, now it is optional. However, doing these missions like, racing against Johnny Storm, you could do it like, when you're at a specific section at the story, and if you beat him, it increases, your abilities. Excuse me, and as you can see, it increased the speed level of, when it comes to swinging, which you're gonna need definitely, for when you have to race other characters or you have to catch up to villains.
Makes sense.
So
Is
and
that
then
supposed to be a map on the bottom right?
on the bottom right corner, yes, that is the map of New York. Sort of.
Why is that asymmetric?
I don't know. You tell me. But now what we had to do is, on the map, it shows a red dot, which pretty much shows like, yeah, go to this place because there's a crime going on the way, and I'm just kicking all their asses. But some of them can be annoying with fucking guns because, well, obviously it's distracting.
Because
but-
you don't have guns.
Yeah, that too. But you're trying to hit one enemy and another one. It's like, oh yeah, let's just shoot him at the back. I'm sure he'll do just fine.
Well, Brianna, where's Spider-Man? Spider-Man doesn't use guns.
Not unless he makes a spider gun.
Oh yeah,
it's
I
got-
forgot to ask. Is this the version where he creates the web shooters, or
Yeah.
do they just pop out of his
No.
wrist, or do you know?
On the cutscene that we saw earlier, when we went to his apartment or his house, he has web shooters that he put on. So yeah. And the
I kinda
good
like
thing is
the
they don't
idea.
run out
Okay.
in this game. Yeah, you could.
The
Use as much as
continuity
you-
with that is weird.
Yeah, that's a
I
Spider-Man.
kind of
movie
like
for you.
it. I would like it better if it didn't need like web shooter tools, because then you had to worry about web fluid running out, and the writer just making, hey, what if I made his web fluid run out at this moment to make it more dramatic?
Yeah, but that's the point, it's to him having bad luck. And that token I just collected, it's optional, but I if I do see it, I might get it along the way. Pretty much what they do is, it's a secret token. I think if you get a specific amount, I said like 10, I believe, or 15 or whatever, you get to unlock comic book covers, which is nice, I guess. And there are other tokens too called city tokens. If you collect like I believe like another specific amount, like 20 or whatever, you unlock costumes. Some of them do look pretty cool. I haven't unlocked them throughout this Let's Play, but I just want to let you guys know that that's pretty much how it works with the tokens. Is one is for collecting comic book covers, and one's for collecting costumes, which you can actually wear.
Cool.
And I decided, ooh, that's my token.
This kind of reminds me of the Attack on Titan game with the web shooters, where it just goes and attaches to nothing.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's what every Spider-Man game does.
Well, here comes the flashback. Hello, Mr. Pedophile. That old man you see right there is the Vulture without his bird suit. And of course, with the plot, he always has to call. Oh, yeah, this scene's kind of funny. You're about to see.
I don't even know how I'm still alive. You can call this alive.
Oh god.
What the fuck?
Yep.
See, nothing to know where that goes.
Yeah. Now in this game, you not only can play as Spider-Man, but you can also play as Venom. He plays pretty differently compared to Spider-Man. Think of him as the Hulk, as you will. He can't swing, but the fucker can jump pretty high with the right trigger. Now, like I said earlier, if you hold down the jump button, he jumps higher, and he can jump pretty high in other buildings and stuff.
Able to leap buildings in a single bound.
Yeah, literally. Oh,
what the fuck was that?
Oh, that's the kid, for the balloon. This is a reference to that horrible mission in Spider-Man 2, the video game, where you have to collect this kid's balloon. And
Did you eat him?
Yes, you can eat him. I was about to get there. Venom's health, since it needs to drain a little bit of life force, considering it consumes you. In this game, Venom's health depletes, and you have to pretty much eat people to grow your health. So it's all good until it's done. You could just either bruise your meat or you could just eat it right away. At this point, yeah, you kind of have to in order to survive.
Mm-hmm.
We could do some pretty sick combos with Venom.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I know, right? It's like Grand Theft Auto a little bit, except with no consequence.
No, I'm not seeing. Yeah, I know a little bit, but
I don't remember who eating people in Grand Theft Auto.
whoa.
Well, causing damage like I just did.
I thought
Hi, Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine's in here too. Yeah, I expect to see all the cameos.
I for sure thought Venom was gonna ride that bike.
Oh my god. No, man, it's too big.
Now, why would
I
you
am
want to
Venom.
play
Hear
as
me
the
roar. Say what?
villain? Why would you want to play as the villain?
Well, I mean, since Venom and Spider-Man are kind of linked together, I won't spoil why, but,
Oh
obviously...
my god, Wolverine, you look so ugly.
Well, obviously this one's based off Hugh Jackman. No diss to Hugh Jackman himself, but, just trying to make him look the part, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna have a boss fight with Wolverine. And the fanfic should start writing now. But Venom's long-range attacks are pretty cool. Yeah, he shoots tentacles out of his suit, and, that's pretty much kind of what I do at this point, because with Wolverine here, again, it's like, you can't fight him up close because, his claws are dangerous. And the fucker can heal himself, of course, so, it's better to just distance myself and use the long-range attack with his tentacles. Now, they are a little bit...
Why are we even having this fight? He can just re-heal.
Yeah, well, that's only if you don't do anything
I
at
know
all.
that. Yeah.
But,
Well, that's like saying, why does Wolverine fight anybody if he can just heal?
Yeah, it doesn't mean he has limits, man. Remember, he died on multiple occasions. And in this version, Wolverine's bones can actually be broken, despite the fact that they're made adamantium. Because there was this one panel where the Hulk in this version, he literally ripped Wolverine in half.
Oh, like Spider-Man did in that one Spider-Man game that no one really likes.
Hey, I like Web of Shadows. It's not great, but you know, I don't mind playing it.
So if you rip him in half and he's made of adamantium, does that does that mean he has to grow new legs or can he just reattach?
That's a good question. I think he had to reattach in this version. But yeah, more smashing.
Bub, you have no idea how big a mistake you just made.
You know, someone pointed out that Wolverine's not as badass as everyone makes him out to be. He loses a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that and he gets friend zoned by Jean Grey a lot.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
He got punted across the snow by like a little girl.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I like that show though. And bam, just knocked him out unconscious.
That's what
Now
I
we're
think
back
of
to
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
But yeah, throughout the story, you get to switch between Spider-Man and Venom, because that's a part of their story.
Okay.
But yeah, that is part 1 of Ultimate Spider-Man. See you guys next part.